Each week we listen to an album, here's a remind. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We are earbuds, earbuds, earbuds. This is Earbuds.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Ear Buds. If you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and comment down below. Tell us everything you're thinking about. We want to know, we really do. Good or bad, good or bad. And if you don't want to watch it on YouTube, but you think that's your only option, no. Find us on all podcast platforms and follow us there. You can download the audio-only episodes and listen to them on your way to freaking work, baby.
Oh my God! This is Earbuds.
Hey, all you earbuds. Welcome to another Earbuds. My name's Landon. This is my good friend
Joey. Cheers.
And together we are Earbuds. Every week, I bring an album or Joey brings an album from a band or artist that we really love. Now, this week, I brought Jukebox the Ghost's Let Live and Let Ghosts. On the back of last week, Joey brought System of a Down, Mesmerize. Now, we both liked that album. I loved it. I had never really listened to System of a Down. The reason I brought this is, I think, obvious.
You do.
No, but here's my thought process. Okay. System of a Down.
I can't wait to hear.
Kind of have the dueling sort of songwriters.
Yeah.
And singers, and they kind of have a playful way about them. Theirs being a little more dark. The music a little heavier, certainly. And they kind of have that vocal affectation where Serge can kind of make his voice do crazy things.
He's like,
yeah,
and the other guy's like,
yeah. So that, I think, all made me spark one of my favorite bands, Jukebox the Ghost. They have the two songwriters.
Wow.
They have a different vibe they both bring. They sing their little songs. If Ben writes a song, he sings the song. If Tommy writes a song, he sings the song.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Well, hold on a second. I don't think I got a lot of two guys' voices on these songs. I think they kind of sound the same.
Interesting. That's crazy.
But I know specifically on some of their later albums, which I did listen to as well. I got more of that.
Oh,
like what's the song off the self-titled one? The second song, I think. Is it Made for
Ending?
Made for Ending. Is that it? Maybe
That's
one of
song,
the other
yeah.
guys sings it. There's the piano guy.
Yeah, that's
like,
Ben.
And then there's the guy that's on the guitar. He's like,
That's Tommy.
And
Jesse is just the drummer. He's just back there. He'll play along with anything.
You're going to have to point out when there's two singers. I truly thought this was mainly one guy.
Okay.
I didn't think there's as much back and forth as you're giving me here.
Well, not like in a song,
right. But like he'll write a song.
Well, we'll get to it, but it's kind of split half and half, to be honest. It's blowing my mind.
I feel like
I don't know if he listened to the album.
I feel like I'm getting caught in some sort of when the teacher's like, the book's actually about Tom Sawyer, and I'm like, I knew that. That's what I meant when I said Huckleberry Chin.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, so we'll get into all that.
Maybe it's just because I thought it's the same guy.
Well, you thought wrong.
I looked up stuff about the band. I watched their audio tree. That's when I saw a different guy singing some of the songs, and I was like, okay.
Well,
getting sweaty.
Yeah, he's nervous because I just caught him in a lie. No, so Jukebox the Ghost, I don't know. We kind of talked about, maybe we talked about it on the show, I don't know. Saw them accidentally live.
Saw them live. I don't have any memory of it.
Yeah.
You took that to mean I went to see them.
Well, I replayed that conversation in my head. I think we were talking with your girlfriend about, she was also at that show, unbeknownst.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
if you were together. This was a long time
No.
ago.
I didn't know she was there.
Yeah. I think I asked her, who did you go for?
Mhm.
I think she said she went for Jukebox the Ghost.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It was Jukebox the Ghost and Hello Goodbye was the headliner, who I think we were probably both interested in seeing.
Sure.
I was more interested in seeing Now. She was more interested in Jukebox the Ghost. This conversation all happened, which turned into I saw Jukebox the Ghost.
Yes. In my mind, I thought you said that.
Yeah.
But regardless, we're here now. Does your girlfriend listen to them?
Not around me. She doesn't.
Okay.
I won't allow it.
Yeah.
She likes them. I don't know if she's kept up with them as much.
Sure.
But why did you pick this one out of all of their albums?
This is my introduction to them.
Was it the year it came out?
I think so. It was around then.
So we would have been in high school.
Yes. Full disclosure. I heard this album while on the band
Toilet?
the band van. Someone had played it. I didn't know what it was, and then a couple years later, I randomly found an iPod, and I found an app that
This doesn't sound like a full disclosure to me. Something's shady going
I was in a band.
But you're finding you snuck that in.
Yeah.
But
So
this thing
I
about
do actually
finding an
have
iPod.
So basically, I do have some reason that I can speak about music.
I don't, and that's why I'm going to get in trouble this episode.
No.
I don't even know there's two guys in this band.
But somehow there's a weird, when you're on the band van and you got your guys, they're your brothers, right? And no, somehow this music made it onto an iPod that I then somehow had. I found an app that sucked the music off the iPod and put it on my computer, which you could only do one to the other, never that to the computer. But I found an app that did that.
Yeah.
And I sucked the music up from the iPod to my computer, and then I had this album. I had only heard it the one time on the band van. I didn't know what the hell it was. But then I saw it, and I was like, it kind of looks interesting. The artwork kind of looks familiar, maybe. I played it. I said, I remember this little drum beat. I believe it was Good Day that I remember hearing in the band van. Now, this was a couple years later, and I was like, holy crap, I love this. I think at that point, their next album had already been out. So I listened to their next one. I love that. And then and then I've just followed them since. And I think their first 4 or 5 albums are great. Their most recent one, I don't love it. I think they've gone a little more the pop route than I like this more. The earlier stuff is a little more interesting and experimental in ways that I think they're not as interested in exploring anymore, which I think, is also fine. That's not what their creative sort of outlook is.
No, they're more interested in making songs based on people's names on TikTok.
Yeah. So yeah. Now, yeah. So
her name's Judy. Look it up.
Yeah, that's do that now.
I kind of had that same thing on your band van, skipping school with you guys.
Whoa.
I think it was a local native song that came up on the old mix, and I was like, I wonder what this is. And then later on I found it, and I still listen to them. So there's some good stuff on there.
It wasn't all bad.
No. That's good to hear. That's interesting. So then you made me listen to this.
Joey hates it.
It kind of reminds me
interesting.
It kind of sounds like Jellyfish.
Yeah,
there's a power pop thread throughout
certainly
a number of things that you're bringing to the table.
Certainly.
Is this my favorite one? We'll find out. And remember, like we said, because we probably cut this out earlier, he likes some stuff, I like other stuff. There's a Venn diagram of things in the middle we like. Please do the signal with me.
Oh, sorry.
If you see us on the street, what up? Throw us one of those.
Throw us an inverted butt cheek.
we'll know. We'll give you the
We'll
nod. We'll maybe sign something for you. Yeah, so this band, to me, never really listened to them. I realized when I heard this album, I didn't really listen to them. Not really sure. I still don't remember seeing them at this show. I don't remember. Then I listened to this album.
Yeah.
And Apple Music is confusing because they put it on here with the wrong date. So I was a little confused, and I have a reason for saying this. Let me find it on here really quick.
I think they re-released it recently.
Thank you. And keep vamping.
I think they re-released it recently as like a remaster, maybe.
So it says 2015.
Yeah, I think they re-released it in 2015.
And I was listening to it, and I said, there's no way this came out in 2015.
Yeah.
It just didn't sound like something that came out in that year. It's like, I know this album came out after it, right? So it was all screwed up until these last couple.
Yeah, all of those came out after.
And because I was like, this
their
came
first
out
album.
before Jukebox the Ghost, the self-titled one. I was confused. And I saw it actually came out in 2008, and I said, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And I think the story of the band is they met in college in like 2003 or something, or the early 2000s, 2003 to 2005-ish time period, I think. Also, by the way, they have a podcast called Fame-ish.
Are they going to listen to this?
I don't know. Probably not. But they
all three of them?
Yeah, where they talk about kind of being known.
Mm-hmm.
And talk to their other friends that are in other bands. I've listened to a few episodes. They did a two-part series, I guess, on the making of this album. So I listened to that, and it's interesting. And you get the good stuff of a band starting out. It's just kind of funny stories and stuff. Mm-hmm. But so I'm not going to talk about that here because you can just go listen to it from them. But just as a little aside.
Is that a more recent thing they put out?
Yeah, that's within the last year. They've started doing that as well as I think they have a Patreon now too. All these things that bands have to do to make a little scratch.
It's the gig economy.
Yeah. Sad, really, but what are you going to do? I know I said the Descendants should be rich or something. I don't know. I'm sure someone took that out of context, but I actually do understand that it's hard for bands to make money.
Are you getting in trouble online?
No, I just, as I was putting that episode together, I remember you getting mad at me for saying like, can't they just, because you said one of them's like a big time producer now. I was like, well, can't he just, why is he working another job? Can't he just be a producer? And you're like, anyway, we don't need to get into that. But should we get into this?
Yeah, we might as well, huh?
It sounds like it's going to be a pretty short one this time, folks. So
are you ready?
Go ahead. Hey, I know what's about to happen is probably going to make me hurt my feelings, but let's have a good day.
This is Good Day by Jukebox the Ghost. You want to know what I think about this song?
Yeah.
This is when I have to tell you. How do I put this? How do we have
Turn it down. Turn it off. We can like different stuff. This is the experiment of the show.
This is the experiment of the show. But of course, I respect what Landon listens to.
He doesn't.
I'm not going to hurt his feelings.
No.
I don't think this album's bad, but I don't know if it's for me, is what I got out of this first song.
Sure.
Because I said, what is this? What does this remind me of? And I said, it kind of reminds me of like 3 theater kids. And I said this to my girlfriend. She goes, yeah, it's like theater pop.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and I said, yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
Which is not to say that I like, well, I guess we'll get to it, but I like side 2 better than side 1.
Yeah, me too.
And so I was like, okay, it's very sort of power poppy, theater pop, piano poppy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, this is not what I listened to.
Yeah.
Do I like the lyrics? I don't know, because I was like, what are they trying to do? You know, I feel like as we get into the second half of the album, it's not like a concept album necessarily,
Right.
but it's sort of, I mean, to even be more of a theater thing, it's like there's like reprises, there's like medleys going on, sort of bringing in stuff from the previous songs.
Yeah.
But this song, like the feel of it and the sound of it, this is why I said, I was like, this sounds like stuff that was coming out in high school for us, like 2008, when we were just about to go into high school.
Right.
But there was a certain, like, it made sense to me when I listened to it. I was like, oh, this is why they were touring with Hello Goodbye.
Yeah.
But there's stuff like that I don't even listen, like Hello Goodbye. I'm like, was I just listening to that because people around me were listening to it? Like, this to me sounds like what people around me were listening to that I felt like I was supposed to be liking, but I didn't. So I just didn't talk to anyone about what I liked.
Sure.
And I had a good point. I know nothing I said yet was a good point. Hold on. I had a good point. Turn. Oh, you want me to turn it down or up?
Off.
Oh, because the song's over?
Yeah. We can't move on to the next one yet. You haven't made your good point yet.
No. And I will, of course, and cut this part out where there's dead air.
No.
Come on. Well, what do you think about this song?
Well, I like this song.
I know. Oh, what I was going to say was, no, we'll get into this a little later.
Oh.
You go.
Okay.
So you think this was the song that you heard that turned you on to them?
I believe so. I believe it was, because I remember getting to that chorus and it kind of is the boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. It was just an interesting beat, an interesting drum part, and I liked it. I liked the theatricality of it.
I think that's what I don't like.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I like the chorus. It's hooky. I've been some of these have been stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Which is going to happen when you've got like a good pop song.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's we've talked about this too, of like, I don't think I like musicals.
Right.
And
yeah,
this reminds me of a musical and the way he's singing.
Yeah.
So
it's a very theatrical voice. Well, and the thing, so Ben is the piano and vocalist. He's classically trained pianist. Mm-hmm. He can tickle the ivories with the best of any of them. And he said on the podcast where they go through this, he, especially at this time, only wanted to write orchestra music, basically. So he was just obsessed with like writing orchestral, but what kind of translates to me into theatrical pieces. And then Tommy is probably the stuff that you like better, was obsessed with the apocalypse and writing a funny inversion of what Christians think of the Book of Revelations, and like,
which is funny because listening to it, it sounds to me like a Christian band.
yeah,
Like there's sort of this, I don't like Rocket Summer, just just that whole pop vibe of it, like the positive. I say positive, but like you're saying, the lyrics aren't necessarily positive.
no, lyrics are quite dark.
So it had that feeling to it, but in the lyrics, I'm like, oh, they're not like religious. It just sounds like a band that would be playing at a church, and you'd be like, this is the cool church band,
Right?
because there's like three cool guys.
Yeah.
I think this is. Do I say this now that this is the worst album? No, I'm just kidding. I think when I listened to their other stuff, because I was listening to this album, that's now as good as any time to say it. I don't know if this was the right album for you to bring to me of theirs, because I think I like some of their other stuff better. It sounded a little darker, I think. They're self-titled. A lot of the stuff they played on their Audio Tree Live, I don't know if you've watched that.
I'm sure I have at some point.
You've seen them live, so
Yeah.
and you know their music. But all the stuff they're playing on that, I was like, I like these songs, and they were, I think, all from their self-titled.
Yeah,
which is when they would have recorded that episode.
Probably. Do
So
they
it was
do
like-
Keys in the Car?
I think, yeah, it was like, I think it was Made for Breaking Your Little Heart or whatever. Whatever that song is called. But I don't know if.
Well, maybe I picked the wrong one. I thought.
Well, no, that's why I was interested to know why you picked this one, because it was.
It was my introduction, and I feel that it I thought it would be maybe the least poppy, but I guess re-listening to it, it maybe is the least poppy, but your sort of glitch is not with the pop aspect. It's with the theatricality aspect.
I think so. I think
just that they're like little pipsqueaks?
The piano-led pipsqueak music. Okay, Postcard, Made for Ending,
Yeah.
Great Unknown, Don't Let Me Fall Behind in Adulthood.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was a little, and this is not to say I only like dark music, but I felt like it was a little more somber, or there was like a little more, these are sort of theatrical stories where I view the album as I'm listening to it. I see it all kind of playing out almost like the way the album looks. Like you're kind of seeing these things happen when he's talking about UFOs coming down and the stars hanging from threads. It all looks sort of like a play or something in my head. And I'm just like,
he doesn't like
I
the
don't
theater,
know.
folks.
Yeah.
He doesn't like.
Because what I think about what musicals I do like. What have I actually seen? I've seen The Producers, which is sort of making fun of musicals as a musical. I've seen The Book of Mormon, again, the South Park guys.
Right.
I don't know. I know now it's almost like a classic Broadway thing.
Right.
But because it's a farce of the musical, and like Bo Burnham, like that, like there's these musical things I like that are satirizing it in a way. I don't know if I like sincere musical things. I don't know. I can't think of one.
That's fine.
But
people don't like it. That's okay. You don't have to like it just because you're supposed to be my best friend.
But I think when I listened to it, I was like, oh, yeah, of course you like this.
Okay.
But it goes with the other stuff that you like to listen to so far. I know you like musicals.
Yeah, I love a good musical.
Maybe I haven't seen the right musical. And I know I'm talking about something that has nothing to do with this album.
Here's what I like. I like this song. I find it interesting. I find the lyrical content to be interesting. I think both of them are good at like turning a phrase lyrically. I think this album has a lot of that stuff. I think the chorus is just kind of funny. Did everybody say what a good day that it was? For everyone who said what a good day that it was, did they smile because they like it? Did they smile because they like it? Did they? It's just there's a something about it that just catches my ear, and I like it. I like his voice. I like him. There, I said it.
You like Ben.
Yeah, no, it's a simple, I mean, maybe not simple, but it's just a good, easy little pop song. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, then I guess for the rest of this album, I should just shut up and hold it in.
Jump into that water and see for yourself. Take a deep breath and hold it in, hold it in. She's got a secret and she wants to tell, but I made a promise to hold it in, hold it in. Maybe I'm in love and maybe it's starting to tell. Only thing that I can do is hold it in, hold it in. Was told that I'm a man now and I'm not allowed to cry. Only thing that I can do is hold it in, hold it in. But life is, oh my God, if I tell him, he'll tell her, and then she will know I like her. Good grief, I don't think that I can take this heartbreak any longer. I will not hold it in. Couple with the baby and it's no secret why.
All right. Really leaning into the musical thing here. That and the chorus.
Yeah. The claps, the gang vocals.
Yeah.
I picked the wrong album.
I
picked the wrong
think
album.
we've
This
finally
is
we've
interesting.
come to the point of the show where we start to see some of the edges of,
We
of
see the
where we
edges.
agree.
We see the nice, supple rump roast that is our show.
You can see the inverted butt cheek getting a little bit smaller today.
Or wait, bigger. Or no.
No, because
smaller.
we don't agree.
Yep.
The outside butt cheeks
Uh-huh.
are getting the rump roast is getting a little bigger. And if you want to rump roast me in the comments, go for it. Tell me what I'm missing. Like I said, I don't think it's bad.
It's just not for you.
It's not for me. And I hate to say that. I've been pacing around the house. I've been saying, how do I tell Landon this?
Will you turn it off? He doesn't do his one job anymore.
Everything's falling apart with this album. Do you like this chorus and all this stuff?
I love it.
This was a little too much for me too. This was the I don't want to keep saying musical thing, but there is the theatricality of it, and do I say it's too cheeky? Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
It's too cheeky.
It's a little too cheeky for me.
Interesting. Did you find any of the
Lyrics good?
any of the sort of plays on holding it in clever?
Like when the kids are out smoking.
Yeah, there's a couple with a baby, and it's no secret why. Neither one was able to hold it in. Kids in the streets, yeah, they're all getting high. Everybody's screaming, "Hold it in, hold it in." If there's a God, he's embarrassed, and it's no secret why.
I like that.
Only
That's as I was thinking. I think earlier today I was like,
I actually now have him completely squared. This will be an easy show from here on out.
Okay, you're gonna make me like it.
No,
You got me squared. Speaking of squares, you got one?
hold it in.
This is when I was listening to it and was thinking about how it kind of sounds like the Christian band, and then he says the thing about God, and I kind of smirked and said, never mind.
Yeah. Yep.
Where I can't find it just because, if there's a God, he's embarrassed, and it's no secret why. Only thing he can do is hold it in. That actually kind of reminds me of like Kurt Vonnegut writing, so I can't fault him there. I don't know if I care for how the music's being presented to me.
Then if you like Kurt Vonnegut, you'll love all of Tommy's apocalyptic songs.
I think I do, and I think some of those are coming in at the end too.
He cites Vonnegut as an influence.
I feel like the last 4 albums on the record are all one album or one song. Oh my god! Oh god! Okay.
We don't have that long for the show.
I'm just kidding about that. What I said before was just a joke.
Yeah. Well, so
these are both Ben.
Yeah.
I'm not completely stupid.
These are both Ben. Tommy's at this point in his life more interested in fact, he says the only type of song he was writing was like for this post-apocalyptic rock opera idea.
Would you say that you're a Ben and I'm a Tommy?
No, I like Tommy too. I like them both.
I was going to try to do something there that our listeners could maybe get in on. If I'm a Tommy, would you say you're a Ben?
Yeah.
Well, see, and that doesn't mean our band doesn't work. It only makes us stronger.
That's right.
Well, I guess all I can see now is the camera, the recorder that's counting down the time left in the episode, and your beady eyes on the horizon.
Oh, that's dark.
Okay, so this is a different guy. Yeah. Guess I should have caught that. I just thought because he's so theatrical.
That's
I thought
dark.
he's just changing his voice. So you think I like that.
Arranging his hands, screaming to the beat, radiating from a police scanner. He said the air was feeling good to me.
That's
cool and right as there can be. And a woman who sincerely believes in UFOs. Who can blame her when the stars are hanging overhead?
Don't like that.
You don't like that?
No. Hanging overhead.
This was the story told to me.
This is like a Randy Newman
When I
song.
was just the age
I like
of
Randy
17,
Newman.
Me
one
too.
which God
No, you
himself
don't.
dictated to me. He said, this is how all this shit's gonna be when I blow your little planet into smithereens.
I don't like that he said shit.
Blow your little planet into smithereens.
Now that you know he's not a Christian boy,
I
is
just
it
hear little
okay?
pipsqueaks and I get scared.
Like an accident on replay on the TV screen. She sees faces in her dreams, strange machines she'd never seen, blueprints of submarines to reassemble in a time of dire need.
I can tell he didn't listen to the album because he's just now realizing that the lyrics are cool.
No, That's not true, everyone.
I got him in real time with Bill Maher. Look.
I understand the lyrics. That's why I'm saying I like side 2 more. Because I feel like there's more of what I like on there. I don't respond to the way it's being presented to me.
Understood. I can't.
I don't know
help
if I
you
like
there.
this guy's voice. Like when he says, shit starts going down. I just don't believe him. I think he's making it up.
But okay, play this part.
Hold on.
I like this part of the
Yeah,
song.
me too. No one's talking.
No, the part that's coming up when he's...
I like this little synthy part.
There were strangers in the subway and men in limousines making deals and swapping photographs of cans of gasoline. There are no angels in the woodwork or devils on the ground. They're looking through a hurricane.
If they were to ever play this live and I was in the room, I'd be singing along to every word going,
You know all of this?
I'm not going to do it
I don't
for you.
even, yeah.
Well, anyway. You can turn it off.
There's it's coming off as like, this is the guy, they're about to drop the curtain, and he's like, and there's people in the subway and they're eating all your beans, and you're going down the subway and you're eating all your greens. And then the people behind him in the street that are like pushing the bread carts and stuff are starting to turn around, and they're starting to do that. And he's like, shit starts going down. And then like a fake asteroid comes and hits the earth behind them. And then the curtain drops. And you're supposed to go pee in like, 5 minutes? You're supposed to be able to get out of your seat.
Nowadays it's like 15. It's like an intermission is too long now.
Yeah, because then you're like, oh no, I got to watch the rest of this.
Yeah.
But
like,
part 2 is always shorter.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, now that I know that this is 2 different guys, I guess I do like this guy's songs better.
Yeah. I figured you would.
But I thought it was the same guy. I just thought his voice, I thought he was doing a voice. Because in the other songs, he's being theatrical. So I thought he was doing a little nasally thing. I didn't know that's just how this guy was.
Yeah, and in that podcast, he says, because they kind of listen to a clip, and then they're like, wow. And he's like, God, I sound so bad.
Don't talk about yourself that way.
I know. I was like, I kind of like that you have a little pipsqueak
But
voice.
I thought when I watched their audio tree thing, I was like, oh, they're letting this guy do a song. I thought it was like a new thing.
No.
Like, oh, he had an idea for a song.
No. In fact, he has a whole album,
Of
solo
just him?
album. It's good. I have it. I love it. It's great. He's great.
Huh. I'll have to check that out.
Well, probably not. It's more of this. But
I'm telling you, I
It's
listened
good.
to more
But,
than this album of theirs.
I know you
I
like.
went and listened to more of it.
That's crazy. Crazy awesome. Listen to this.
Yes, please read the lyrics.
You didn't like this part where I understand you don't like the delivery, but a woman who sincerely believes in UFOs, who can blame her when the stars are hanging overhead, dangling by a thread, floating 10,000 feet off the ground? Isn't that something we've talked about ad nauseum on this show, of like these little snippets of belief in this or that? It might be religion, it might be aliens, it might be, what have you, but there's something so obvious about an obvious sort of observation about the world that I think is kind of succinctly applied to this sort of idea of like this crazy lady who believes in UFOs. Well, yeah, who can blame her? Why wouldn't you? That type of thing. I think that is very Vonnegutian, and I think this whole idea is kind of that, where this is. And again, this is a story told to me when I was just the age of 17. God himself dictated to me, this is how all the shit's going to be when I blow your little planet into smithereens. Well, blow your little planet into smithereens. It haunted my dreams. And that's like someone hearing about the book of Revelations and being like, God said that? God's going to destroy our world? Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
I didn't look this up, but there were preachers in the desert waving their crowd, dictating 7 angry letters from the man up in the clouds. What are those 7 letters? There's 10 commandments. And then he says, and there were 27 soldiers telling 27 lies. And I was like, is this a biblical thing? Is this some random number he pulled out of his arse?
I don't know about that, but
stumped him. I knew I was going to get him. Oh, I'm sorry. He almost said hurricane.
Let's see. Oh, the 7 letters in the Bible's book of Revelation.
Oh, okay. What about the 27 soldiers?
Shut up. He also mentioned how at the time that he wrote this, there was a lot of, during the Iraq sort of the Bush administration, Iraq war, invasion.
This is his American Idiot.
No, well, there was a lot of conservative folks who were saying that this was actually part of the
End times.
End times.
I still hear that now.
And it was actually hastening the end times, and it was actually kind of a good thing that the Christians would be like
sucked up into heaven.
Yeah,
their clothes would
like
be left
we're
here.
we're close.
Yeah,
and like it was a good thing. So this is his. He said this was kind of a not a response to that, but like writing from that perspective of like the preacher in the desert waving to the crowd, saying like it's time, basically. And this is kind of the beginning of his apocalypse little drama. That
how did they decide to weave this in with this other guy's songs?
Well, I think it doesn't, you know.
This is his. That's what I'm saying. This is his American Idiot.
I think he wrote these weird songs about the apocalypse, and Ben is writing these songs about like dealing with other people, and I mean some interesting stuff, relationship stuff and whatever. And then they said, well, we need an album. What songs do we have? These ones are good. These ones are good. Yeah, I guess they'll all go together. I like it. I like the fact that it doesn't really make sense.
You like that? To some of us, it's utterly confusing. But it makes up one full album.
Yeah.
Got anything else to say about this one?
No, I don't care.
You're getting under my skin. Can I guess who wrote this song?
You don't have to guess.
Is it Piano Man?
You can know by who sings it.
I don't know. They sound the same. Here we go.
You're crazy.
How much can you fit under your skin? I wish you were dead, babe. I wish you were dead. I can fit two. I can fit two. I can fit two people under my skin. Yeah, I can fit two people under my skin, and I will prove it if you will listen. You crawled up in there, you joined me within. I can feel your heart beating under my skin, and the beating of your heart is making me bleed from within. And if we cut open your heart, pour it in a cup, do you think it'd be enough? Do you think it'd be enough to fill my heart with music? But oh no, not a chance in hell. Yeah, I've heard you sing, but it ain't too well.
I mean,
Oh, no, yeah, you've done so well, but your songs filled with wrongs, yeah. I can feel you breathing under my skin, yeah. I can feel you breathing under my skin, and each breath you take, it's a brand new begin. Each breath you take, brand new begin.
I forgot I have to pause it.
Well, it's just what we've been doing for 15 episodes.
I know. I was just turning it down more and more. I think this song should have opened the album.
You like this song?
Yeah,
No.
and I think it gives me a better idea of what I'm dealing with because the lyrics are kind of macabre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I get a little more of the tongue in cheek. I don't think I knew what this band was. Do you
Yeah.
understand that?
Yeah.
Can you give that to me? I don't think
I'm not mad at you.
I'm not mad at you.
Good.
I think I would have gotten a better sense of who they were if this was the first song on the album.
Yeah.
And I think it makes for a good like opening song. I don't know what he's talking about. He's trying to put her under his skin, and I'm getting all these.
I mean, this is kind of their version of like with Green Day, where it's like I hate you, or like FOD. I think this is their version of that, where it's like you can't even sing very well.
I do think it's a little mean of the guy that's classically trained to be, of course, criticizing someone else's singing. but I will let it be.
Oh.
And that goes to the next song. Let it be.
Here's I just remembered this. So maybe my timeline is a little bit off. It was definitely in high school when I knew this band, but I knew this full album in high school because senior year unfortunately I was part of the senior class. What do you call that when you're the vice president?
Yeah.
Well, I was the senior class vice president.
Just say that.
Yeah. But whatever that is, the group,
the senior
class
board of regents.
Yeah, I was part of the senior class board of regents, vice president. My friend was supposed to be president, and he didn't get voted in. So then, another very nice, also friend was president. That is actually the right person to be the president. But then I got stuck.
This just goes all the way up to the White House.
Yeah.
The same attitude.
But then I got stuck being vice president, and I was supposed to just have fun with my buddy, and instead I had to do stuff. Anyway, I was very happy to do so. And one of my tasks was at the end of the year.
Thank you for your service.
At the end of the year, when they do the superlatives, best hair, best stinky bun, best sticky bun, best class clown.
Yeah.
Which, sorry, buddy, you're not as funny as bleep, bleep. I won't say any names. For the best.
Guess who has a podcast now?
The best dancer award went to a male and female, but part of the gift or the award, they were like, Landon, you like music, make a mixtape for the best dancer. And I was like, make a mixtape? Like, yeah, make a CD of like dance songs. I was like, that's not music. But so then I went home and just looked at my iTunes library and picked out all the songs that I could classify as dance music. And I remember I put Under My Skin on that. And I remember one of the people who won
threw up.
She was like the most popular girl in school probably. And she was like, who made the I was like, me. She was like, there was like a song about being in someone's skin. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, it's kind of good, but it's like really weird.
Hell yeah.
So she got it. But that all goes to say, in high school, I knew the album. So maybe I was off a couple of years in my timeline. Maybe I misjudged that. Anyway.
You could have had it. I mean, what, 2008?
So I probably, right
a
around
couple
then.
years there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. I like this song. I think it might have been in an Apple commercial too. I don't know. It sounds like one from. I looked it up. I thought it was, and then I looked it up all day today trying to find, and there's no evidence of that ever having been.
Sure. No, I believe you.
What?
Oh yeah, it was in a big Apple commercial we all saw.
I just thought it was. I thought that was
it.
I thought that was always the lore of this song. Jukebox heads out there, and you're listening to this, and you're still on my side, right? So you can comment below if you also thought that it was in an Apple commercial.
This is the episode where the tables turn, and people are now mad at me.
No,
and I'm fine with that.
No one's mad, Joey.
They're just misunderstood, our listeners. They don't understand that they don't need to be mad at me.
He's
now they're mad because I'm talking down to them.
So you like Under My Skin? Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, as far as liking any of this is possible for you,
it's just a lot of it reminded me of like Walk the Moon, which is just another band that I have listened to a lot of and cannot fathom.
Sure.
Liking. I like this more.
Well, see,
because I actually like some of these songs.
The thing about what they as they're getting more and more down the pop route, I feel like this still feels like three guys playing music together.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they talk about that in the podcast of they had never recorded professionally before when they went into the studio for this. So the drummer had never done tracked to a click track. So they thought they were going to spend like 2 days on drums and then get to add all their little flourishes and bits and bobs. But it took him 4 days to track drums and they only had the studio for like a week. So because he couldn't do it to the click. He had to learn how to do it to a click because it's just not something you even know how to do or think to try to practice at that level, I guess. So then the rest of the guys had to track everything in like 2 days when actually they thought they would have a bunch more time. But my thing is, I think that's better because there are a couple songs where they have a little timpani or a little extra instrumentation, but for the most part, I like that it feels like young people with crazy ideas that and just the energy of being in a live room tracking stuff, and you get 2 takes to do it, and it doesn't matter if your voice sounds bad because that's the time we have. And later they have the time and probably more money to be able to take the time to add these synth sounds and drum machines and all this stuff that I think takes away from the actual songwriting, because I like the instrumentation here. I like that it goes places you're not expecting. To me, I like the theatricality of it. I feel like more and more they've gone more the route of verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. It's pop. It's four on the floor, like a dance beat type thing, which is fine. I like the way they do it. It's just not as I like the earlier stuff. I like this album. I like Everything Under the Sun is great. Safe Travels. They're self-titled, and then the one after self-titled is pretty good, but it's less so for me.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to like this sort of, even this song, especially when things drop out and it's just a piano, it kind of sounds like very much three guys in a room almost. You could see it happening live, or it's like they're in a band rehearsal room.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know, I listened to their newest single. I don't even remember what it's called, but you know what I'm talking. It just came out like maybe a couple weeks ago. Save a Little Room.
I haven't heard that.
It came out on October 27th. It's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Where I was like, why is this a single? Like, it just sounded like a song that would be on the radio that I'd kind of forget.
Yeah.
But to me, I think I like a little bit of the happy medium where you're saying like the self-titled, and I think maybe, again, on me, but a lot of their album artwork has like the self-titled, the drawing of the ghost with the hands. That's not getting me to buy the album.
Yeah.
If I don't listen to them, I'm not listening to it. I don't even like the Safe Travels. It just doesn't look like stuff that I would pick up to buy.
Yeah.
But I think that where there's a little more, they've got a little more time maybe.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Miss Templeton's 7,000th Dream. Oh, crap. I skipped it.
She recognizes the voice on the phone.
Now we can pretty much skip this one.
But she can't.
It's kind of just a tone reset to go into Static to the Heart.
Because it's like a musical.
Because
This
Under
is when
My
he
Skin
goes into
is...
his room and the lights are low and he's got his candle lit.
See, but you're saying that like it's a bad thing, and to me and a bunch of other people,
Right.
that's cool.
I'm not even saying it like it's a band thing. I'm just saying it like that's the thing it is.
Yeah.
And that's not the thing I like to listen to.
Yeah.
Static is all I hear, static. Oh.
See there, though?
Whoa.
Interesting, isn't it?
Why'd that happen? You know what that reminds me of? Well, this is maybe not the time to bring it up, but I think we skipped a song when we reviewed the Now Now album.
I don't think we did.
He was struck by stab to the heart, shot by an appendage from a television tube, and knowing what it meant to be showered with sound, he became a believer. He became a believer,
So-
and now he's slamming down chords and leading the crowd.
What's the other guy's name? Christopher?
10,000 strong.
The piano guy is Ben.
Who's the other guy?
Tommy.
This is Tommy.
Tommy.
Okay.
And they're burning their draft cards,
I think there's something wrong with my brain.
desecrating photographs, burned through the heart by static through the heart, static through the heart, static through the A man crouches on the street with static in his eyes,
Just one
and
note.
takes it as a sign from the gods up above to shout from the rooftops and write letters to the government. He's writing revelations for the showdown, and now he's slamming down chords.
My voice is going out.
Yeah, we've been recording too long. Or you have COVID.
10,000
Hold on, I gotta get to where he swears because I get scared.
shouting in unison, shouting in unison. Mom and Dad, wake, wake, wake from your slumber, because we're gonna burn this motherfucker down, because sometimes we burn and steal and rape and kill and sacrifice.
And of course, live, we don't say the R word.
They don't? Why? That's the phrase.
We don't say that.
What do they say?
I don't remember.
Burn and steal and rascal flats?
Yeah.
But that's what you do to a village when you pillage.
I know.
I don't like how they're actually becoming woke mobsters. But it is funny to hear his little pipsqueak voice say MFer and of course the R word. Because to me it's all pipsqueak. And he's like, we're gonna get I was like, all right, hey. You're a Christian band.
Well, that's what's funny too. When you listen to them talk about it, they laugh about it also.
Okay. I like these guys.
They're like, because he's like, I was doing like a weird Southern accent, and like my voice feels like it's on the verge of being completely shredded because they were only eating chili dogs from the place across the street and not taking care of their bodies.
I'm gonna listen to this.
Take a listen. It's kind of fun. But and then Ben says, well, and this was like our hard song, right? We were trying to sound hard and like tough. And it was like, yeah. But I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
What's it called? Famish?
Yeah.
All right, I'll find it. This is not a test. This is a real thing. Not a test. This is a real thing. Yeah, I now that I am understanding the dynamics of this band, I like Tommy.
Yeah.
So I truly thought it was the same guy singing all these songs. I just thought he was. I think this made me dislike him even more because I thought he was just doing different voices.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay,
crazy.
he's doing this one. It's a different guy.
Now he's doing the voice that sounds like the same voice, but on 6 of the other tracks.
Oh,
He
that's
only does
good.
one or the other.
That's rich. That's real rich.
Oh, that's Tommy.
So that closes side one. I like that.
Do you like the lyrics of this song?
Yeah.
I think I like. Well, it's interesting because I think Ben's lyrics are a little more clever, just in the way that he can turn a phrase, and he writes more about real stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At least on these songs. But I also like Tommy better in a way lyrically because you get little just the beginning. He was struck by static to the heart, shot by an appendage from a television tube, and knowing what it meant to be showered with sound, he became a believer. That's just cool. I don't even know what it means, really.
But I don't like the things where he's like, to fill my heart with music, but oh!
That's Ben.
I don't like that about Ben. I'm saying I like Tommy.
Yeah. Well, that's not.
I agree with I'm saying with Ben.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm vibing with his side as much as Tommy.
Sure. And we're not trying to pit everyone against one or the other, are we?
No, but there's bands where you've got multiple songwriters, and sometimes you like one person's songs over the others.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's the opposite, and you go, I guess I do like what they do.
Sure.
Who am I? I'm not in the band anymore.
I don't know. I like this song.
Yeah, I like this sort of ending, and I don't mind. I know we kind of skipped over that little reset song,
Miss Templeton's 7,000th.
but I kind of like it just because it's
interesting,
different,
right? Yeah,
and interesting, and it takes a little break from what they're doing.
Yeah,
but I can tell this is their first album. That's the thing. It feels rough around the edges. You like that?
I like that fact.
I don't not like it. It was interest. I just like that I could tell, having never heard them. I said, I think Apple Music is wrong.
I think I also said it's their first album.
You might have, but when I saw
so that
it
was
on
probably
here,
in the back of your head.
Back of your head.
But, and this kind of goes into, I think we've talked about, another podcast that we both listen to about a certain boss. Mm-hmm. Have discussed this where like before you know what you are, you kind of make the more interesting stuff that you're gonna make. And then I also remember I was watching Norm Macdonald has a show on Netflix, and he had M. Night Shyamalan on. Did you ever watch Norm's? He had like 10 episodes of a talk show.
Norm has a show?
Yeah.
He had M. Night on? I must have seen it.
He has M. Night Shyamalan on. And they're talking about Norm's like, you kind of, people stopped liking you for a while or whatever. And what's that about? And M. Night is like, yeah, well, early on, I had ideas, but I didn't quite know how to do them. So I just did them. Mm-hmm. And then there becomes a time when your talent and your execution reach a level where you know the right way to do it. And so it becomes the safe way to do it. Mm-hmm. And he said that he relearned how to be kind of scared again and do things that are scary by, I don't know, people not liking him anymore. And then he had kids, and that was a new way to be scared. And I don't know. You should watch it. It's fascinating, actually. But I think this is true of these guys and probably a lot of people where, the early stuff might be rough around the edges, but it is that sort of like now, like we've talked with Green Day and stuff, like their stuff now just feels like maybe a little bit of the same thing over and over again.
Well, like you're saying with them, sort of the 4 on the floor, that beat where you're learning, oh, this is how a song goes.
Yeah.
Like this is how a song is supposed to be.
Yeah.
When really, it's sort of like you learn in filmmaking. This is how a film's supposed to be made.
Right.
Then everyone says, you got to learn the rules so you can break them. But people feel like this is how something's supposed to be done. When really, there isn't a way anything's but we're making all of this up.
Right.
Songs are made up.
Yeah.
There's no structure.
Yeah.
So when you make one now and they go, oh, actually it's weird that you have whatever, some weird set of verses into the chorus, and even going back to the Green Day or the Blink-182 album we covered, someone was saying about, I think on More Than You Know, they're like, it's weird that he's doing like this 3-verse thing going into the chorus. And I'm like, it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's not supposed to be one way or the other, but I think you're saying with them, especially when you're adding more electronic elements, synth and drum pads, things that are sequenced to be perfect, you lose this, which like, it sort of sounds like they're kind of coming up with it. He's adding in piano stuff. Like you can hear the piano he's playing is not programmed.
Right.
Because it's like, how hard is he hitting the keys? Is he hitting them correctly?
Yeah.
Is he hitting them with enough force? You know. So I do like that aspect.
Yeah.
And I think then you get in this rut of like, but that's not how we did the last out. Like we have to be better in our last album, and that means getting more perfect about how we record things.
Yeah.
Or then you find a rhythm of like, the way we record that last album was good. We have to do that again.
Yeah. And they talk about on that podcast, like, oh, God, I would like to re-record that and do it.
It's okay.
Like
they should, because there are bands that are like, how many bands have recently put out? There's a band I'm going to see this weekend that they just put out. They're like, hey, we re-recorded whatever, like, you know, our first album. And we did it for fun as the 10th anniversary. So we recorded it the way we do songs now.
Yeah.
And it sounds great.
Yeah. The thing I would love that.
Switchfoot we talked about Switchfoot earlier in the show. They just did that.
I would love it in the way that I still have this one, because with them I worry that it's like, well, I would do that differently now. Right. In a way that is like, well, but just make it so the drums sound like from a modern day.
Yeah.
And, you know, so like, but don't take away the fun. I think that happened with Switchfoot's re-record of like some of the energy of those songs doesn't feel there anymore.
Yeah.
Because it is somewhat like, well, now we know how to do it, but it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah.
So just kind of interesting. Anyway.
I would like to hear, maybe there's another band that I follow, Balance and Composure. They just got back together to do a 10th anniversary of one of their albums, and they said, we're going to do it all live in a studio also, and we're going to put it out on vinyl as like the 10th anniversary version is going to be all live as one set. And I'm like, that's cool, because you still have the recorded, here's the album, and then it's not like two versions that are recorded. It's like, this is a live one, but it's 10 years later how we do it live. So I don't know. Jukebox, do this album live. It's 2008, so that's, if you get it in within the next month, it's 15-year anniversary. Otherwise, you got to wait for next cycle.
I think they did a live stream of them.
Okay. Well, then frack me, Loish.
It was probably maybe it was for the 10th anniversary. They did all the songs.
They did all the songs
live on a live stream.
Just
them in a room. And you notice they don't have a bass player.
Yeah. It shows. This is Victoria, track 1 on side 2. Victoria. I don't know what to say. Here we go. Oh.
I'm going to go back and give System of a Down a bad score.
Curtains are going back up. Don't worry, there's going to be more music coming up that I have to defend.
Victoria
the shaky
approached
voice.
me with a fire in her eyes, and I swear I was burning alive. And now the cry wolf out to the moon. Yeah, is anybody there, or am I just as scared as you? And now you've given me a mission to do. I've got to rearrange the stars so that they're not as far from you. And you are certainly my voice of choice. And I know you're that you're a boy. But you are certainly my voice of choice. And when I look you down, my heart makes a sound like this. Victoria approached me with a fire in her eye.
How are we feeling about Victoria?
I love this song too.
Starting out side 2 strong. I think. Now, I know that goes against everything I said because this does sound like we are in an old-timey saloon and he's just kicked in the saloon doors and he's on stage with his piano. But it's fun. There's something in here
It's fun.
like. Oh, what I was going to ask you about him.
Now you're getting it. It's fun.
I can have fun.
Can't.
I'm fun. I'm a fun guy.
Guy who's never had fun in
I'm
his
a
life.
fun guy. I get to McRib whenever it comes back. Idiot. So
You get what?
the McRib.
Oh.
The McRib's back. I'm there, baby. I'm in line. I can have fun. High school meatball sub, baby. I'm there for it. He said, Ben, right? Ben?
Yeah.
He's wants to do a musical or he's going to do a musical. I look stuff up.
Oh. I don't know. I've never heard that.
But there was something about how
Makes sense.
how he's doing these songs on TikTok.
Yeah.
How you feel about that?
I don't care.
Just trying to get a hot take. But he mentions something in an interview, I think, that he was like, I'd like to do a musical. This was like after the first time I listened to this, and I said, yeah, no shit. So there's something there that maybe he is going to do that. I just didn't know if you knew anything about that.
I know nothing about that.
So maybe you'll get a musical someday out of it.
That'd be cool.
Not about this. I don't know what it's about, but that's what he'd like to do.
That'd be cool.
He said that's what he's really interested in doing, which would sound good to you, maybe, since you said some of their newer music's a little.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. We'll go see it for the show. If he does a musical, we'll go see it and we'll do an episode on it on Patreon.
Did I? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did know that. Maybe you did do that.
But I mean, maybe that's also something he's always like, yeah, I'd love to do one.
Yeah.
Have you listened to any of our music?
Yeah. Interesting, huh? So, you like this one?
Yeah, it's fine. It's maybe one of the ones of his that I like a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly why that is.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know. It kind of does sound like a kind of a cowboy song. Maybe that's what I like. Kind of reminds me of I've been out on the range all day. I go back into the town. There's 8 buildings on one side, 8 buildings on the other. The saloon doors are on the side of a side street, so they kind of have that, it's like, it's not just a 90-degree angle. There's sort of the 45-degree angle on the side of the building where the saloon doors are. And I go in there. He's with some bodacious babes.
Bahama Mama.
The Bahama Mamas that are, of course, maybe doing some brothel type work.
Yeah.
He's talking about them saying something. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then I walk in, I go, this is my kind of place.
Yeah.
Shoot a couple back. Right.
Shoot a couple.
Yep. They're getting me. They got their cards. I see their ace up their sleeve. You're not going to get me.
Yeah. This sounds like a cowboy song to you. It's just insane. I think something happened here.
Oh, God. I love this show. Give us a thumbs up, rate and review.
Come on.
There's that little $sign on YouTube now. I think you can hit it and give us some Apple Cash or something.
Send us a DoorDash gift card.
We're hungry.
We're hungry.
We've been recording in here for weeks.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about this?
It's good. It's not my favorite of theirs, but I think it is a fan favorite.
You've seen them live. You like it?
Their live show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. They're very talented musicians. So they will play these songs and then they'll do how most bands do live, they'll like the bridge that maybe has a little guitar solo. They'll do a long guitar solo.
Juice it up.
And then he'll pull out a keytar at a certain point.
Yeah, that's how you get people to stand up from their seats.
Because you can't do, you can do a piano solo, but you can't really have fun with the crowd that way. So he'll pull out his little guitar and stand up at the front and go. They also do, this might put some things in perspective for you too.
I wish it would.
They do every Halloween now for the last 5 years or so, something called Halloween.
Yeah, they sound like Queen.
So they will dress up as Queen and do a set of, they'll do their set and then they'll do a Queen set.
I don't know if that puts things into perspective for me, but it certainly doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I think we both agree on this song. You kind of like it, I kind of like it, and therefore my heart's the same.
Your heart's breaking in me.
I can't sit in a room with you listening to this.
And it feels good. It feels good. It feels good.
Come on.
You'll see that later.
Do this more.
You'll see what later?
I can't see your ears no more.
See? You ever read Ring?
I've got love with
7
the
days.
way my hair was still
Oh, something
short.
that's
But now
famously a movie.
you've gone to mature, and I think someday you'll cut it. Someday you'll cut it, like we cut it short. I can still see your face. Although the years may have forced some change, and I know I'm no longer the same.
I like this one. This is one of my favorite songs on the album.
Wow.
I hope I don't show.
Surprised you, bitch.
It's slow. It's piano.
It's everything
Folk.
I've told you I don't like.
Yeah. And it's
No, it's-
sincere.
It's different. That's maybe what I like, that it's sincere. I like this build up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Sorry, shut up. Oh, it's over. You missed it.
No, it'll happen again. Don't worry.
I hope I don't show.
Fingers round in time.
My heart's the same.
This part's my favorite part. There, this happens this time.
Hey. You were playing the piano and the drums at the same time. Try that at Hollow Queen. Yeah, I
They
like.
just like to have fun. Is
I
that
like
so
this
wrong?
song. It's not wrong. It's just not for me. I like to have fun.
Doesn't.
I like to have fun. Every time Long John Silver's has the Hush Puppies back, I'm first in line. I like this song.
Yeah.
I Can't Be Sincere. I like the piano on this song. I like the way he plays the piano on this song more than the entertainer way that he's playing the song on the other ones. Like he's playing for a musical. And I don't know if I said this before. A lot of these songs remind me of songs that would be in a musical.
Yeah.
And I like this one. It's like they've matured throughout the album. They're ready to maybe let you in on a little secret. Simple lyrics. Of course, I don't like that they're saying my fingers round in time. I get it. Little sausages. The older I get, the bigger my ankles get. I get it.
Yeah. I like the lyrics here. I like the little part, I can't see your ears no more. I fell in love with you when your hair was still short, but now you've gone and matured, and I think someday you'll cut it. Like we cut it short.
Too bad. Still see your face, although the years may have forced some change. And I know I'm no longer the same, and I hope I don't show it. But my heart's the same.
And then go to the, because are you done with this song?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear it go into, because now basically all the songs bleed into each other.
Yes.
And it's kind of
This
fun.
is where I started. This is where I said, okay.
Okay.
This is why I like the second half of this album.
Yeah.
This is my St. Jimmy. You recorded the real one for too long. This is my rock opera. This song's called Lighting Myself on Fire.
I think I'll go down in flames.
Oh.
Couldn't ask you to join me. That would be insane, but you can warm your hand. Yeah, check out the place right here next to me. They will come from miles away. 'Cause it's cold outside, and they need a place to rub on the hands and feet. What better time and place than here? 'Cause you become a part of me. Ever since you turned 18, love, and then you said the love for us. Just some sort of passing thing. 'Cause you become a part of me. Ever since you turned 18, and the cold ain't so cold when you hold.
Self to me. Ba-da-doom boom. Ba. Bump, 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 but.
How long, how many days do you say they had to record this?
I don't know. Like a week or something.
Okay. It's kind of impressive, right? Like these last couple songs that all flow together into one
Yeah.
sort of rock opera finale.
Yeah.
Good on them.
I think I like, this is one of my favorite songs on
Ever?
on the album.
Yeah, I like this one too. Yeah.
I think I'll go down in flames. Wouldn't ask you to join me because that would be insane, but you could warm your hands. I would stake out your place right here next to me.
I don't know why these songs feel better to me than the first half. I don't know if they feel fuller. The lyrics aren't as cheeky, which isn't bad, but at least from what I got, I feel like, I don't know, they're like in the groove now. I like that it's all sort of one thing that flows in and out of each other, and you start picking up little bits of lyrics from other songs. They start bringing, I don't think in this one, unless I'm, I don't know.
What?
Maybe in the next couple, they start to incorporate lyrics from past songs on the album. Like it starts to become a complete piece by the end of the album, which is interesting just because I don't get any of that on the first half. Like I don't see this coming on the flip side.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I'm sort of like, whoa, there's a twist.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not just the McDonald's ice cream machine. If it's
No.
actually working.
Oh my God. Every time I see it in there, right?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Oh, it's broken. Yours too. Oh, don't even get me started. So I like this song. They're starting to win me over. And I say, okay, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 songs.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Just in time. My favorite part, maybe my favorite moment on the whole album, could it be the little part at the end where all these little birds are chirping in their worlds?
God, I don't know if I can find that. Hold on.
All these little birds. Yeah, here it's coming up.
It's what my heart desires.
Little Templeton. That guy comes on stage, does that, everyone cheers.
All these little birds are chirping in their world. 20 feet above the street where Albert princess. Wearing it down, you know you walk like that. We're not supposed to carry ourselves in the smells of our backs. And you wearing it down, you know you walk like that. We're not supposed to carry ourselves in the smells of our backs. And wearing it down, you know you
the back. Harmonies.
You wear it down, you know you walk like that. We're nothing carousels in the smoke.
Stopping it there. 'Cause it's gonna, all these little birds are tripping in their worlds. That's like a Jack Skellington phrase. That's a classic, something he would say.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, only Jack Skellington. Yep.
Yep.
Well,
I just like you're wearing it down, when you walk like that. We're not supposed to carry ourselves in the smalls of our backs. I don't even care for the lyric. I just like the
we're not supposed to carry ourselves. Shall I? Okay, so it didn't go into the next song.
Not that
But
one.
Launching themselves into space.
It's kind of
They gazed
lighting
at
myself on
the
fire into
wrinkles
fire
on
in the sky.
God's face.
this is
And
Fire in
he
the Sky.
followed them down. He was surprised by what he found.
Is this Jeffrey?
Lights and towers that touch the sky. Submarines
crazy.
and machines that attempted to fly.
Yes, it is.
He said,
That's
"You
wild."
all look
But I've
the
been right
same
every
from far
time.
away.
Yeah, because it's two
And
different
it'll
guys
never be
that
this
sound
way.
different.
I
But
don't
I
know. We're going to have to
stick
ask a
to
third
what
party.
I say,
Is your neighbor up?
and something's gonna have to change.
Come in here. Hey, tell us who these people sound the same.
Today's Judgment Day.
Right into where are all the scientists now?
Did you like Fire in the Sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
It starts with a flash and a blast of plaster and glass as an earthquake came flooding through my living room. The sky was black with ink, and as it began to sink, I thought of you. And as the smoke came flooding in beneath the doorway, I saw Satan shaking hands, holding a briefcase. Where inside there's a plan that contains the next command for soldiers in the desert and toy soldiers marching in the sand. It's the end of the world. La, da, 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 da. I'm innocent, I'm innocent, keep me out of this. Keep me out of this, keep me out of this, keep me out of this.
This, I think this is my favorite song on the album.
Yeah. These last three that go into each other,
This is what I'm talking about.
this is the way you end an album, in my opinion. That's awesome.
I wish the whole album was like this.
Yeah.
I like, this hits the spot for me. This is where I go, hey, I get it. I get what's going on here. I might not know that there's two singers in this band.
Yeah.
This is very Vonnegutian.
Yes. This is the sort of, this is the sort of climax and resolution to his little weird rock
Right?
apocalypse opera that was happening while this other guy was singing about girls and shit. But just to go back to Fire in the Sky for a second,
Mm-hmm.
it's just I like it Launching themselves into space, they gazed at the wrinkles on God's face, and he followed them down, and he was surprised by what he found. Lights and towers that touched the sky, submarines and machines that attempted to fly. He said, "You all look the same far away, and I really hate to be this way, but I stick to what I say, and something's going to have to change. Today is Judgment Day." I like this sort of idea of God didn't even know that we were here, and then but we became too advanced, and he found us and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I hate to say this, but you're done."
Yeah, I like It's the
It's Vonneguitian.
What's that? What's that idea that a deity that is not, I guess, meddling in the everyday. The idea that God could be something that created us, but has no interest in our everyday life. Like they're too big to. It means nothing to them. Yeah. It's not like the personal God of Christianity. Right. Just the idea that we were created, but they don't care. They don't care. Yeah. And then he comes down and sees that and is surprised and it sounds to me like he's impressed. God's impressed by everything that he saw. Like, whoa. But like you said, I hate to do this. But I told you this was going to happen, so I have to follow through with it.
Yeah, it makes good on that. In is it Static to the Heart or Beady Eyes on the Horizon?
One of those. Well, I'm not an expert on the album.
Sure,
I just heard it today.
And I think it's Static to the Heart. Seven
soldiers on the ground.
When I was just the age of 17, one which God himself dictated to me, this is how all this shit's going to be when I blow your little planet into smithereens.
And I don't know, the idea that...
It's Beady Eyes on the Horizon.
Okay. I like that idea lyrically that... I mean, it's kind of scary, but you've got the idea that like in Revelations... Sort of what they're talking about is you'll see these things happening that will hasten that. When really it's sort of just like he has no idea what's going on. Yeah, he's like, it happened to be the time. It happened to be the time that the Judgment Day was supposed to happen.
Well, yeah, or even. I mean, I think this is more of like God made this, maybe even accidentally or something, like whatever, and then this got a little too big for its britches to the point that they're sending rockets into the sky, and he sees the rocket and is like, what's going on over there? And then comes over and is like, what? I didn't almost like I didn't think that this would happen. Yeah. So now I got to take care of you. Because it's maybe threatening, like it reached him. That's how I've always seen it. Like, well, you've reached me here, clear up in the clouds with your fancy rocket machine. Now I have to take you down a couple pegs. I got to destroy you like I always said I would. It's just interesting. And then as we get later in the song, it's actually a good thing.
In Scientists?
Well, I guess in a matter of time.
Okay.
But we can... Well, so yes. Then we get to where are all the scientists now?
Well, I don't know, because at the end of Scientists, they're living in the moon. Something like... Is what I'm getting some of.
Yeah, I guess. But you
picked the album. Like that, it's the end of the world. We survived. They lit up the moon. They lit up the inside of the moon. We survived. that's the end of that. Right?
Yeah.
Then we go into, and of course, we knew we'd reach this part of the album. It simply was a matter of time. Oh, you got something to say?
Well, I was going to say you should play it because that goes right into this.
Yeah, it does.
Just to give them a little
Just to give them
taste.
something fun. Why won't it let me? That's a good question. This is embarrassing. This has never happened.
Taking a
Hey,
cue
perfect.
from the animals burrowing down. You dug a hole
like that?
inside
Yeah.
architecture, a shelter just
That's
to
my
be
favorite
sure.
song on there.
After rearranging the furniture, you slept alone. You awoke to find the war was finally done. You rubbed your eyes and squinted at the sun, which was brighter and hotter and better and lit up the earth like a birthday cake. You were amazed you were still living to celebrate this new beginning where the grass is a little greener and the earth is a little bigger and trees are a little taller due to air that's a little cleaner. And suddenly voices rang out from the clouds, bursting out in song. Speakers pumping loud. Keep on crying just to stop the water rising to your brain composed to dirt. And keep on listening,
No.
keep on drinking, and keep on eating, to keep on shitting.
No.
Time will wear you down. You clapped your hands inside. You were amazed that you survived. And the air that you
Still
were
here.
breathing gave you a supernatural feeling again. The sound of your heart beating in time with the rhythm of your breathing mixed with the speed of the earth spinning was precisely the same speed as earthquakes building beneath your feet. Awaking strangers that you meet to see the collision of a hurricane and a suicidal plane. Oh God, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time until suddenly a voice will ring out from the clouds, bursting out in song. Speakers pumping loud.
And I hate to do this on such a climactic final explosion of a song at the end of the album, but we cannot play the whole thing. No, we can't. We must simply talk about it.
Oh,
To your
okay.
brain composed of dirt.
Boing, ding, 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 ding.
Time will wear you down. It's only a matter of time.
You don't like the keep on crying just to stop the water rising to your brain composed of dirt. You keep on pissing to keep on
I don't
drinking.
like
You
to-
keep on eating to keep on shitting. Time will wear you down.
I don't like to keep on eating to keep on shitting. Just get out of my song with that.
I love it. I think it's funny as hell.
It's a little too cynical for me.
Wow. This is-
Try to figure me out. You can't pin me down. I'm like a wiffle ball.
But see, this is my point. They burrowed. They took a cue from the animals burrowing down. Now they've squeaky squeaky.
It's like a damn Wes Anderson film.
The war is finally done. You're amazed that you're still living. Grass is a little greener, earth a little bigger, trees a little taller,
I heard the song.
air a little cleaner. Voices rang out from the clouds, bursting out in song, speakers pumping loud. And those speakers are saying, just keep on doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on crying to stop the water rising to your brain, which is composed of dirt.
Yeah, I don't know what he's smoking.
Keep on pissing to keep on drinking. Keep on eating to keep on shitting. Just go on. There's nothing here. All of that, it didn't mean anything. Just keep on.
Makes me sad. The whole rest of this album was too happy. Now it's making me sad. I can't pin these guys down. They're like a wiffle ball.
I don't think any of it was happy. That's what's interesting.
No, of course. No, it's the classic. The music sounds happy, but the lyrics are sappy.
It's interesting. This is good. I think this was good that we did this.
Yep. Rock. I said, yep. Rock.
Yeah.
I think it's good that we did this.
Yeah, it's good that we did this so we can end the show on a good note for good. No, this was enlightening, I think.
Yeah.
You had one critique and you just ran with that for the whole time, and
sometimes that's all it takes. If your album sounds like that, that's my critique.
No, that's good. I that was the experiment of this show.
It was the experiment of the show, and I was truly scared to get to it, and I'm just glad I got there a little sooner than Landon. So my heartbreak will be a little bit softer. And like I said, I mean, you basically heard me. I do like stuff on the album.
Yeah. It's interesting. So you listened to some later stuff and think that you would have...
Yeah.
You would have probably rocked with that a little more.
Maybe. I don't, and I listened to, I think it was mainly the self-titled album and Safe Travels, and I read that those were a little more, after I listened to them, I was like, I wonder, I read something about their sort of change in dynamics of how they...
Yeah, those are a little more personal.
Which I think maybe I like.
Yeah.
Like this one, the one that I said I would never pick up because of the album cover, I was like, yeah, that's actually...
It's
fine.
great...
I don't know how much I would listen to them, but now that I know more about them, I probably will check out more of it. It's just not what
It's not what you like.
What I like.
And that's okay.
And I was listening to a lot of different stuff while listening to this. When I'd come back to it, it took me a few listens to get through the whole thing. Because usually when I don't listen to a whole album, I'll just restart it instead of picking up where I left off.
Right.
And then when I finally got to the second half, I was like, all right, I can set my little ass on this and go for a ride.
Yeah.
But like I said, just to be clear, everyone, I don't think it's bad. With that being said, what do you rate this album? Wait, what's your favorite song on the album?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. What do you give it a rating?
I give this, well, here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, I give this a 9.
Okay. Are we rating this? I guess for me, I give it a 6.
Yeah.
Not bad. I strung you guys along for no good reason. Yeah. I'm glad I listened to it. I would like to maybe see them again and remember it this time. I'd like to go see them in concert if they ever come anywhere close to here. But we'll see.
Yeah. Saw them out.
But I don't know. Were you surprised that I didn't like it as much as you?
No. I thought you might like it a little more than you did. But
okay,
I don't care.
'Cause even my girlfriend was kind of. She's like, I was like, I don't know about this one. She's like, oh, you don't? She was kind of surprised to hear that. I was like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a specific time, like the Hello Goodbye stuff or the Rocket Summer stuff, where I'm like, I don't. Maybe if I had heard it sooner,
yeah,
I would have more of an attachment to it. It's sort of the Switchfoot thing where I'm like, I don't know. I like Switchfoot, and I'm sure, but I'm like, would I have had more of a attachment to it? I don't know. We'll never know.
No, that's the crazy thing about life. I think, yeah, I don't know. I thought you would have liked it more just because you seem to like Jellyfish. I think it is kind of in line with that. I think it's kind of in line with Reliant K, which I know you like. I mean, they're a little punkier.
Yeah.
But
like on oh god, I don't remember the song on the second half, but there's some piano that sounds like Reliant K.
Yeah.
That I like. I know they're not the only band to do that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, they will cite like Ben Folds 5 and stuff like that. Yeah. And I've tried to listen to Ben Folds. I don't really like Ben Folds, but everyone.
But that's another one to me. Like I had, Through Being Normal or whatever the Ben Folds album was. There's a couple of those I had at the time when I was listening to stuff like this.
Yeah.
Or more of Rocket Summer stuff. And it's not a regular rotation. Like it was sort of a thing that I checked out and thought I liked, and then now it's like I don't know.
And I mean, I think a lot of people would say you're crazy if you like this, you don't like that. But it's just it didn't hit me the way that this hit me for whatever reason when I was that age, and I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. I still love it. I think it's a great album. I wish their stuff now was more like this. Like I said, the next 4 albums are awesome to me. It's just the last couple where I'm like, I'm starting to see getting a little comfortable. And I don't even know if it's out of comfort, just out of like, that's what they want to do now. And that's cool with me. I'll support you guys, but I just like this stuff better.
We know that it gets harder to write songs. I mean, we know this, of course.
Of course,
being songwriters ourselves. But as bands age and they've said kind of everything they want to say,
right?
I think that's like we talk about Green Day. They're on what album now? Where it's sort of like people are like they're saying the same stuff, and it's like they kind of have been.
Right.
But now it's just to the point where it's like, 13 albums in, how many songs about that can you write?
Right.
And then when they go outside of that stuff, then people are mad that they're not singing about the stuff that they said they're getting bored of. Yeah. So it's hard for bands. I think they have to find what they're comfortable doing and what they like now, and bands also, their taste change. I don't know.
Totally.
But I'm going to listen to more because I was watching their audio tree and stuff, and that gave me better. I was like, oh, I kind of get what's going on here.
I think their live album is also good because they you get a sense of they're having fun and they're kind of joking around and stuff.
I think the power pop thing can go either way for me sometimes. Yeah. Depending on how much of that. If you even want to call that, I don't really care what you call it, but this sort of sound can sort of walk the line for me.
Hey,
which is why I'm picking Johnny.
Now that's a cowboy music. I don't know what the hell.
Next time you're in a saloon, put on Victoria by whatever this band's called, and you will see what I mean.
Let's see, what was it? Oh, well, we'll leave it for another time. I think I'll just pick all of their albums now as we go on.
I do. Oh, so the little guy's there. I didn't see that on my.
Yeah.
So he's always been there.
Yep.
Oh, and it's cool.
Yeah, that was kind of.
The album's kind of got some tactile vibes going on.
Yeah, that I think maybe that was. God. Was that when they re-released it? They put that out?
Maybe.
2015. Maybe that is. Maybe. Is that? I don't know. Anyway, doesn't really matter.
Sound of a Broken Heart, Made for Ending, Girl. These were all what?
Play the first track of that.
Okay. This is Sound of a Broken Heart off the self-titled album.
And you like that better than this album?
I think so. It's not as...
I mean, I love this song. I love this album. It's incredible to me. But
I tried and tried to get you to notice. I think I'll always love you. I just might. But one thing, I'm gonna love you until the day that I die. I wanna get you over by my side when you're next to me, baby. But you can only ever do right
Yeah.
All right. That's good to know.
It's a little, sometimes, I don't know, I kind of falter into the poppiness. I'm like, I like that it's a pop album.
Yeah.
When instead of being more of a mixture of different, like,
Okay.
the I don't know, acoustic piano, if that's what you want to call it. That's what you want. I don't call it that, but that's what
No, I don't want to.
you're always saying.
No, I
that.
never. Guys, no, I never.
He always
I
says
didn't say
acoustic piano
No,
or
no,
electric piano. So it's just weird because we're at like it's an organ. But I don't. It's a little more just like pop.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe the lyrical content or the way that it's like I like the lyrical content on this. The way it's being presented to me.
Yeah.
I like that a little bit more.
That's good to know.
So that's how
I was trying to steer you away. I was trying to steer you away from more of that sound. I love that album. That's a great album to me. But
yeah, I'm gonna listen to more of that.
Just my conception of what you would like. I thought this would be more up your alley. But
I like the lyrics.
That's okay. Hey, that's part of the fun of this show.
Yeah, he sounds like he's having a lot of fun. Literally crying right next to me.
Yeah.
I told him I like them. If the McRib comes back, I'm gonna be first in line.
Yeah, there's Mr. Fun.
I like to have a little bit of fun.
All right.
Hush puppies.
You gave it a 6. I gave it a 9.
Yeah.
What do we listen to next week?
I'm gonna throw you a little bit of a curveball. So many of our favorite bands we could get into, but I want to stretch these things out. You know, I want to get into the things we've got a lot of knowledge about throughout. And there's a couple things I was settled on, but I think the easiest one that came to me, we've got Jukebox the Ghost, Let Live and Let Ghost, right? Is the name of this album. I want to give you something that also falls into the vein of theatricality to sort of hit that. But I'm going to take away all the words in these titles except for the word ghost. So I'm going to pick the artist, Ghost, and the album, I think we're going to go with is Meliora from 2016, I think, I want to say. I'm looking at the Best Buy exclusive one here, which does not have a date on it for some reason.
Deluxe edition or
probably not.
2015,
that's it. The deluxe edition came out in 2016. 10 songs.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at
Deus in Absentia is the final song. 10 songs, 42 minutes.
There we go.
Even though you can listen to Square Hammer if you want. Great B-side bonus track that adds to the album, but that's up to you. That's a little fun for the listener. But when you said Jukebox the Ghost, Let Live and Let Ghost, I said, what's the easiest path here? Ghost. I want to talk about him. Like I said, there's a theatricality to them that I think you may appreciate coming off of this one. But it's one of my fall favorites. And yes, I know we said you'll probably be getting to this episode in about April. But it's one that I always pop on around this time of year.
I love it. It sounds terrifying.
You might be very scared. It's their like middle album. We'll get into all that next week.
Sure.
Thanks for bringing this to my attention. I would have never listened to them otherwise, probably.
Yep.
Just because I kind of thought I had listened to them. And I was wrong.
Yeah.
There's 2 singers. This has been Ear Buds. Everyone throw up the inverted B's. And we'll see you in a week. And like and subscribe and comment and tell us things. And
Each week we listen to an album, here's our rhyme. Just know it's gonna take about 3 hours of your time to hear us complain or praise each other's taste. But no matter what, at the end of the day, we're just best friends who love different music. We are earbuds, earbuds, earbuds. This is Earbuds.